I am glad to be
You were
back.
gone?
Well, I didn't even know. Just a reminder real quick as we are getting started, if you weren't here 2 weeks ago for team meeting, this may be the first time you're seeing these different tables and chairs. We found a great deal and we appreciate the connection through Jason and Mandy Rowe, who hooked us up with these. Tim Crable is in the process of finding us longer tabletops, if that makes sense. So these are 5-foot tables. We need 8-foot. The deal was so good, we decided to go ahead and grab the deal and just we're replacing the tops, so they'll be back to where they were, and they will be true 3-person tables again instead of just having the people hanging out on the end. So we kept all the old stuff just in case we need to swatch it, put it back in here. But I think we like this. I think this is the vibe we're going for. It's just we're in process of getting the new tabletops put on. So coming soon. We all need to remind Tim Crable about the tabletops. All right. Well, I forget how this works.
It has been a week.
Let's start as we always do. Tell me something good. Yes, I love it.
One of our outside kitties has been missing for over a week, and it finally came back today. So people, I think, should check their traps more often because she's definitely lost weight. So she's outdoor kitty, and that's to be expected. But we are very, very thankful she came home.
Yeah.
Check their traps.
You know, like you're a country girl.
I know, but you think she was in a trap?
Yes.
Oh, shoot.
One of our cats before, and she got frostbite. She's gone for a month.
Shoot.
She lost all the weight.
Well, glad she's back.
Yes.
That is something good.
That is good.
Yeah. What else? We got? Something good. Hey, Joanna, good to see you. And Tori Richmond, good to see you. Yes, Lisa. Closing tomorrow.
All right.
And another one in a few weeks.
All right.
That is good. That is really good.
You can launch a real estate business in a real estate recession that we're going to talk about in a second. Yes, you can.
Hold on. Wait, how long have you had your license? Like 60 days, 90 days, maybe?
I think I first started
April.
Yeah, 90 days.
Okay, 60, 70 days. And you got your first closing tomorrow. So wait.
It's possible.
It's possible. Good job. We're excited for you. Well, why don't you tell us about our newest agent here, Sandy? Yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself, Lacey.
Hi, y'all. I'm Lacey, and apparently I sat in the perfect place with all the other Lacey's here. I have 5 boys. I love people. I'm really excited about this switch up. I was in pre-K last year, so I'm going from tables with little people to tables with big people, and I love it.
With the same mind.
And it's a lot the same though. There's a lot of correlation there. Very good. 5 boys. Yes, she does.
Ouch.
From 16 and under, is that right? 7 to 14. 7 to 14. So she's a busy mama. Well, welcome, Lacey. We're excited to have you. She did pass her test, so we're bringing her, getting all the things, getting her in. So we're excited to have you.
Yeah. Cool.
Yes.
My little brother Josh gets married on Saturday.
All right.
And he's not here to make that
He's on the
something.
way.
He's on the way, but he's not here to make it as something good. He forgets about it sometimes.
Yeah.
I'll
He
make it
forgets.
something
He
good.
forgets. He's forgetting he's married, and he's forgetting it's good.
Did we send a sympathy card to his fiance yet?
Not yet. We didn't do
I'll
that.
get you the address.
I was like, yeah.
Very good.
Keep her if something happens.
Good to know. What else we got going on? Yes, Carrie.
2 things. One is a little bittersweet. After 11 months of nonstop, we closed on my mom's house yesterday. And it's cleaned out. My garage is a mess. I'm working on that this weekend. So pray for Tom. Second thing is our youngest son actually closed on his house last Friday. So it was one of our flips. It was our latest flip. We were flipping it. I was going to buy it, and he ended up buying it closing. So our almost 24-year-old is a homeowner.
Nice. Very good. I love that. Very good. All right. Thanks for sharing. Alex.
I don't know if everyone knows, but I feel that I'm still trying to adjust to my new schedule and my responsibilities and stuff, but one of the things that we do is on Mondays, we got, safety. So because of the winds and the tornadoes and stuff, all the guys were complaining, a branch fell on my house and my window broke, so I just remember this. And after everyone was finished complaining, I just said, well, tell me something good. Everyone looked at me like, you said, no, I mean, there's gotta be something good, right? So I started by sharing that my car insurance was gonna go up high because I had an accident. As I started looking for other companies, blah, blah, I got a better deal than what I had before with more coverage. So I shared that with them. So I encouraged them to start sharing good stuff in their life after all the stuff that happened. And last week that I wasn't there, I was told yesterday that someone else said that, hey, tell me something good like Alex says, and they started doing it. Oh, very cool.
I love that. Yes.
Ah, good idea.
I love that, Alex. Thank you.
Last week, a few of us met to talk about making YouTube videos, and since then, one of our newer agents, Lisa, has already made a couple. Jake's been sharing a couple, and I think that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
That's all.
Yeah, thanks for leading in
Alright.
charge on that.
Yeah,
too.
for real.
Either get next Tuesday after TV and unless there's a lunch and learn or something.
I don't think there is. Awesome. Very good. Ooh. All right, Sandy. All right. 47.
You got married
Very
when you were
good.
15, right? 16? I knew it was.
Yes, yes. That's right. I was born the same year she got married, so that's how we remember. Yes, yes. Very good, very good. All right. Last chance, something good. Okay. All right. Well, what do we got here? We got good vendors. That's what we got. We got preferred vendors. So Lisa, come on up, Lisa with Coffee. Let's give it up for Lisa. What you got for us today? Few things today.
Title capture. We are gonna do a lunch and learn on the 7th, so 7/7, for the new title capture. It is similar to Palm Agent, but we're no longer doing the Palm Agent app. So if you haven't downloaded Title Capture app, go ahead and do that. If you need an invite for that, let me know. If you haven't already received it, we'll get it sent out. I know some of those went to spam emails, so people didn't realize that they had them, but if you need them, let me know. We'll get those over to you. If you are moving up buyers, please make sure that your seller to that is okay with the move up. We've had 2 lately where the seller was not informed that the buyer was moving up. We didn't handle the seller side, so we didn't know that the seller didn't know. And until we got to the point of where are our docs, and they're like, they're not closing for 3 more days. So make sure that the seller is even okay with doing that, because in those situations, buyer was rescheduled, lender had to redo the docs, et cetera, et cetera. Jody is on vacation the week after 4th of July, so 7th through the 10th. Just FYI, so that if you have anything, go ahead and send it to Cheryl or I. If it goes to Jody, that's fine. We're going to be obviously keeping up with her emails. We're closed July 3rd for Independence Day. Remote notaries. Those have to be through our vetted notary service. Unfortunately, notary fraud is also a real thing. So we have to know that the notary being used has been vetted. And it's not only vetted by Kaufeld, it's vetted by our actual underwriters. That's how serious it is. And also think about the fact that your seller or buyer is giving a lot of personal information, banking, social security numbers to this person. We all want to make sure that that notary is vetted. And then finally, I am having another part to my nasal surgery on the 10th. So that particular day, Jody is out and I will be out. So we're trying to make sure that sellers get in day before or 2 days before if we have any left to schedule. I think they've gotten everybody scheduled out, but if you do have that situation, please keep that kind of in mind. That's it. Thanks, guys.
Is that year? That's the, oh, okay. Okay, Becca
Yeah,
made that.
it
Okay.
is.
That's just the lunch and learn. Okay, I wasn't sure since
Yes.
I was out of town, so.
Yes, we just wrapped this up all for you.
I know, I was like, oh, what are we doing here? No. Lunch and learn Tuesday, July 7th. That is with Kaufelt. So just keep that on your radar and excuse me, we'll go over the new title capture. All right. So, all right, let's give it up for Todd Branson with Fairway Home Mortgage.
Right, so last week I got asked to do a quick class on home light, and I took an hour with 4 or 5 people here. Who in here doesn't know what home light is? Does not know what home light is. Lonnie doesn't know. So essentially, if you don't know, let's talk one-on-one and I can go through it and try to explain it again. But essentially, right now we have 3 purchase transactions over $1 million in this office that'll close in the next 30 days using home light. So essentially, the market forces that we're in right now, very difficult to be contingent upon selling your home. So what it does is it removes that contingency in a nutshell. I can explain those details, but understand 3 transactions that if we didn't have home light, customer wouldn't be closing. Now, Tony, we have one in what, about 10 days, 7, 8 days, closing next week. They're going to utilize the bridge loan. So home light also gives them a feature where they can give them their down payment for the product and still sell later. That's the whole key, right? So 3 transactions. If you don't know what home light is, reach out to me. I'll explain it in detail. For conventional loans, and it gives the possibility of the customer to not have to sell first. And so it removes that contingency, right? So 2 closing in a few weeks in this office, both could not buy without selling, structured both of them home light, everything's good. Okay. Any questions? Joshua, about to get married? I know she came in late. Yeah. All right. Yes. Good luck. I can't give you that.
Just think how your fiance feels.
All right. Let's appreciate it. Watch out, Todd. You may get real good at these home light loans there. It's cool. It's a cool tool to have in our pocket if we need it. Let's do an Apex, ladies. Come on up, Rusty.
right.
Yeah, yay.
Busy, busy, busy. For those of you that don't know us, we do underground water, electric, sewer, septic installs, all the things. I would say probably the biggest topic is I don't know how agents are making it to 1 week or a week and a half, 2 weeks before closing without inspections. Haven't figured that out. So I would say, especially with roofs, septics, what's another big ticket item?
Those are 2 big ones.
At least those 2. I mean, like that should be right out of the gate. First thing you should be calling and asking for, because we're right in the middle of our busy season. So this is like the time to first call you want to do is those 2. There you go, Buffy. Sorry, just leading you into that, honey. But anyways, we don't have a whole lot. Thank you guys for your business, and I hope everybody keeps having a successful year.
Yeah.
All right,
Thank you guys.
Thank you,
Great
ladies.
job.
Appreciate you. Yes.
Are you now in general contracting?
We have always been in general contracting.
So like building and.
We can build a bridge over the Missouri River. Yeah. Really? Do you want me to build you something? I mean, I don't know about you. I can do anything. Yep. Yeah. You ever
Very
need
good.
anything, just let us know.
Love it. Love it. All right, Buffy. Let's give it up for Buffy with Royal Roofing and Solar. Buffy's got exciting stuff for us.
I do. So Austin and I are always trying to think of ways to give back to you guys. And so, it's okay.
This one. There it is.
So what I have come up with, and I've got it through Darren and Lonnie, that if we earn a business opportunity through you guys and we actually close on that business, we have 2 digital billboards now. We have one here at 71 and 163rd, and we have one in Lee Summit. And I would like to do a 24-hour feature of you guys on those billboards.
We have 3. There we go.
To spotlight you guys. So if we get business, this is just a way for us to give back to you guys and help grow your business opportunity also. So we still do the financial compensation for those referrals that we earn too. But this is another way to help brand your guys' business. So I hope it's beneficial for you guys.
Cool idea.
Darren, I don't know if you noticed, we got the office number in there twice. Is that enough or do we, that should work?
That's 2 more times than many of the things that are out there.
Okay, appreciate you, Buffy. Let's see. I see Nick Manford. You want to come on up, Nick? With Redline Security?
Come on, Nick.
I didn't prepare anything though.
Well, just say. hello.
Perfect.
Hi, I'm Nick. I feel like I'm in AA or something. No, so I guess I can give you a little update. Last time I was here, there was some cars that were being broken into out in Belton. Newsflash, it's still happening. Just happened again last week. There was about 20 to 30 of them broken into in Lacey Estates. Some of you might know where that's at. It's kind of over by the high school, Belton High School. Good news is I was able to get one lady installed, and she actually caught one of the guys running from the neighbor's house that he had busted the window out of. They still haven't caught anybody yet, but I mean, we're getting closer. So, if you have anybody that is interested in security for their own protection, for their peace of mind, please have them reach out to me. I do free estimates all the time. They don't have to sign up with me right away. I will give them a piece of paper and they can call me back whenever they're ready. Any questions?
Vacant properties and which was the win, you got a new one, but if you have a seller, having a security system is a great answer. Yeah.
And we can do investment properties. It's a little different than if somebody actually purchases a home. If you know that it's gonna be up for sale for 6 months or something, we can actually set it up for a 6-month contract instead of a 3-year contract. So that is an option that we do have as well.
No. Good, thank you.
Thank you.
Security? See Nick. All right, I think that's all our vendors I saw here. All right. Maybe. We'll do this. There we go. Okay, what do we got? Buyers listings and open houses. We do love this. So let's take a few minutes. I want to keep track of our time, but let's take a few minutes. Tell us what you got coming on the market. What listings you got? Tony?
Well, I've got this older person house that you all missed your opportunity on because it's under contract.
All right.
But I have another 55 and older come on market.
Where's that one at?
In Racetown.
Okay, right.
Or it's a 2-bed, 1-car garage, townhouse.
All right, very good. And congrats on getting the other one under contract. Carrie, what you got?
Apple Valley, 205 Apple Valley goes live tomorrow. It's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, really well maintained, beautiful curb appeal, and it's got a bonus room in the basement. It's actually technically could be a bedroom. It's got a closet. It has an actual bath. It could be a rec room. It could be a lot of different. And it's coming on at $289.
Okay, Apple Valley, $289.
All the
Trisha,
carpet and paint.
love it. Trisha.
I have a listing up on maybe that's the name, I forgot, Hidden Mills area. It's on over half an acre. It's an interesting situation. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath
Longview.
house. The back part is a 3 apartments. All 4 are being rented with long-term rental. They want to stay, listed at $325. So if you want to buy an investment that's close and rented and ready to go, there it is.
It's kind of like a fourplex, but
It is
in
a
two
fourplex, but-
buildings.
But you could live in the front house if you
Mhm.
wanted. The other ones are like a half acre behind, like it's on 0.6 of an acre. So it's a beautiful yard in between. Well maintained. They're great. Kept it very nice. So bring me some
Something, yes. Joanna,
One that is, 17313, South Wheatland Drive. It's, in Wheatland Estates, right off of Holmes. It's on 3.5 acres. It is, over 6,000 square foot. It is coming out for 1.2 million. It is a story and a half, and it is really nice. It's built 20 years ago, and it is very nice. Great home.
awesome, cool listing.
Like it's stuff. I'm gonna-
We can sell it. I'm gonna sell it. There we
Oh,
go.
wow.
Yeah, you're gonna sell it. Yes, Laura, what you got?
Possibly getting a new roof. It'll be active and foundation.
How much on that one? Okay, okay.
TBD.
Yeah, TBD. Okay, there we go. Paul, what you got?
With July 1st, everything, all the stars aligned, the Harrison County Community Hospital in Bethany will be active, for about $1 million. And it's a 45,000 square foot property. And I know it sounds silly, but you guys probably don't have anyone that wants to buy a hospital. But when it's ready, I'd love it if you could share it, just for the fun.
Yeah.
Fun of it, because it'd be fun to sell a hospital. So, love to have you help with that. July 1st, it's one of those things the board has to approve and everything. You have to approve the contract and everything. And also there was a nonprofit locally who had some interest, but they have to figure out how to have the money too.
Sure.
So that should be an interesting listing. It's in Bethany, Missouri, 135.
Great it can't be a hospital, but any other business you wanna throw in there, they're open to.
Okay,
More
25,
info to come.
Good.
25 bathrooms, 40 bedrooms.
40 bedroom, 25 bath,
There's a lot of toilets for Josh.
Airbnb.
So,
A long video.
Marcia, what you got? Oh my gosh.
He was asking for a hospital, so I will find out more from you. But I also have a listing coming up out in Pleasantville on the east side. It's 36 acres, perfectly manicured. Every bit of it is a 4-bedroom house, about 2,500 square foot. A vintage silo and a vintage barn that have been rehabbed. It's all very beautiful. It should be on the market probably in the next 10 days or so. It'll be around 9.
Nice.
Wow,
That
that's
sounds
nice.
beautiful.
There's also a national guard armory right next door, potentially coming on the market in the near future. Who knows how the government sells property?
Awesome. Cool, Marcia. Thank you for sharing. Josh?
But one will be coming soon, probably next week, so that's big to finish up on it. Really, an investment property that as of Saturday, in-laws. So I would love to sell it really quickly. And for those of you discounting your commission, I'm charging them a full 3%. And I'm marrying their daughter, so stop discounting your commission. But it's a 5-bed, 3.5 bath. I won't put this on Facebook because I don't know for a fact. 75% of the house is brand new. So I won't post that because I don't know I didn't measure, but pretty much everything in it's brand new. Vaulted ceilings, super nice master, 5-bed, 3.5 bath on 3 acres with a 40 by 60 shop, on prior and lease of it. So we're
Okay.
gonna market probably 825.
Nice.
And then we've got when does that go on? And somebody didn't have a wedding in the way, it would have been sooner. It's probably gonna go coming soon in the next week or two, and then we're gonna throw a date out probably a month out. But if they get in early, they can pick the color of the barn, because they've still got some work to do on that, but the house is pretty much done, so. And then they're just starting to flip it, but they try to get them done in 30 to 45 days. It's 4-bed, 3-bath in West Belton with a detached 2-car garage. I haven't nailed down a price on that, but it'll probably be mid to high 2s. But it'll be completely updated too. So 4-bed, 3-bath.
Very good. Very good.
And some land down near Drexel.
Okay. Land near Drexel.
15 acres. 15.5 an acre.
Queen.
Lonnie, you got something coming on?
I have a buyer need. I have a gentleman that's looking anywhere. He wants to put a really high-end house on 10 acres, Cass County, but wants something really private and the nice trees, rolling hills. He's willing to buy 100 acres if he has to and parcel the rest off or sell it off. He's a high net worth guy. He really just wants this amazing 10 to 15 for his home. So kind of a unique need. I looked at what's out there right now, nothing that I saw that checked all the boxes, including one that we have listed currently. So we go live live tomorrow on Raymore House. I forget the street. That Walker. Yeah, let's go with that. Five bedroom, 3.5 bath, story and a half, 3-car garage, really nicely updated. The lower levels are finished walkout with a second kitchen, and grandma lives down there, so it's set up for multi-generational, about 3,000 square feet, cool above ground pool. This thing is a cooker. Somebody needs 5 bedrooms close in and a ton of space, 450,000. So this one might get into the multiple offers situation. I would
Very
be
cool.
surprised. Yeah.
Not mine sounds overpriced.
All right. All right. If you do have any more listings that you want to let us know about, any buyer needs, put them in the Facebook group. All right. So this, Lonnie, you may need to speak to this a little. I know a little bit about it with the Patrick Ferry. Our region is bringing Patrick Ferry in here on Zoom, not in here,
This
but
guy
on
look
Zoom.
familiar, Paul? A little bit.
It's a
Paul's-
odd picture, but
Paul's
there he is.
coach, former coach, right?
Yeah.
Stop marketing like every other agent. It's 90-minute Zoom call with a top coach in the industry for free. You just go to this QR code and register. I think we've got some flyers here. I'm not sure if we're handing those out. I'm not sure what we're doing with
Pass
that.
these around. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Did you want to say anything about that?
Guys, we're really the region, which is good. So we don't always have to do everything right here locally. They're trying to bring more and more stuff to us that's free, which I like, right? Is free the right price? But this guy, and Paul can speak to it, but he just joined KW. He's one of the famous Ferry family guys. And we got him somehow. And people so far just absolutely love the guy. But he's just trying to bring some different content. It seems like right now there's a lot of the same stuff out there. But his presentation, I think he's pretty chill. I like him. I mean, you send me stuff that he does too, and I liked him before we hired him. But June 25th, Thursday, 11:30. Does it say 60 or 90 minutes?
90 minutes.
And it is free. So you can sit in your jammies and watch it. Hopefully not in your jammies at noon, but you're certainly welcome to do that. But look for more and more of these things coming and try to plug in on these things, guys. You never know what you're going to hear at any given time that can give you a new idea, new concept, or a new way to execute.
All right. Awesome. I'm going to pass. If you want to register, there's another QR code here. I'll just pass this around.
In office or just individual?
Individually, you can watch that anywhere you want. So he's teaching to our whole region, not just our office. It'll be the whole region. So there'll be several people on that call. 595 is our office market center number. If you need, if they ask you for that, it's 595. All right, awesome. CE class coming up July 17th. So it's the last one we're going to offer. Make sure you signed up with him. You can't just tell us you're coming. You have to sign up with Michael here. They're talking about pests and environmental hazards, and I see some termites there, so it should be fun. We learned a lot about mold. We've learned a lot about gross things. Let's learn about pests and other hazards. All right, ALC Spotlight. So we've got Stephanie Finn and Rustlin York. Come on up, ladies, and give us an update about Culture Committee. Who wants to talk?
I guess I'll start. Let me put my spectacles on here. Oh, okay. So here is the updated calendar. I'll be sure to share that with you guys on the Facebook page. A couple of events we have coming up. Most of July and a little bit of August, we're going to do a back to school drive. So we'll have information out to you the end of this week and for sure by meeting next Tuesday. But school supplies, hygiene products, things like that. And then we will wrap it up on August 5th. We didn't get to the family picnic this summer. So we're going to do a in the summer bash here at the office, similar to tacos and tequila. I don't know what we'll call it yet, but we'll call it in the summer bash. I don't know what alcohol will be here, but there'll be some, I promise. Alcohol, food, and fun. And then that'll take us through August. And then Rusty,
I'll get, by next Tuesday, we'll have a date locked in for our bowling night. But back to the other thing, we know how to get you guys here. It's alcohol. It's fine. And then, you're
Oh, yeah.
really well with the autumn.
Okay. And then we do have a date for the autumn harvest again, October 3rd. We'll get more information on that. For those of you who don't know, I will be working mostly remote the whole month of August. And then a lot of September as well, but we'll get it planned. And then October 30th will be trunk or treat. And then of course our 2 luncheons as we head into November and December. Anybody that would like to help, the second Thursday of every month at 1 o'clock, we meet here to finish planning for the rest of the year.
And
Is
for
that good?
those of you that are brand new, we just have one for the, October, for the, trunk or treat. It's really fun. Make sure you sign up for that. Are we gonna keep it at 25 this year? You get to decorate your car or whatever, and you get to have, like, it's really involved in the community. It's really good time. So make sure you guys get signed up for that.
We do it in the back parking lot, line up, and we've had a really great response. And it's a really great way. All of these, the autumn harvest and the trunk or treat are, and even we're gonna use the back to school drive to send out to our clients as well, to have them drop things off and them donate. Just another touch that you can have with your database. So that's, once a quarter right there. So questions? Good. All right. Thank you, ladies. All right. We appreciate our culture and care committee, and they do a lot more than just plan events. They're always reaching out to our agents and keeping in touch with agents who have different crisis and needs and that kind of thing. And so we appreciate the culture and care committee for what they do.
And if you know anybody that is in that and it's missed, please bring that to Stephanie or I.
Yeah. If somebody's going through a hard time, they've lost somebody they love, they're just, have an illness, anything that it's a challenge, bring it to Rusty and Stephanie. All right. I want to talk about RE Profit because we have an important meeting about this tomorrow. So let's watch this. It's a minute and 45 seconds long. Let's take a look and see what we're offering to you tomorrow.
Welcome to RE Profit, the web-based bookkeeping solution designed specifically for real estate agents and their businesses. Getting started is simple. With our secure portal, agents can easily connect their bank and credit accounts, ensuring all transactions are automatically imported and categorized. Once connected, RE Profit automates categorization using advanced AI rule setting and built-in features. RE Profit even accommodates owner draw for commingled accounts, keeping personal and business finances clearly separated. Agents use a drop-down menu to set their anticipated closed volume for the year for one-click budget creation. This automatically generates the MREA budget model, making it easy to align financial goals and track performance throughout the year. Our red light, green light system highlights areas for improvement, empowering agents to make data-driven decisions that maximize profitability. This feature provides a clear snapshot of your business's financial health, so you know what to keep, what to cut, and where to reinvest when it's time to grow your business. RE Profit goes beyond bookkeeping. Agents can estimate tax liabilities based on their current tax bracket and track essential KPIs like cost of sale and return on investment for marketing and lead generation expenses. These insights help agents reinvest strategically and grow their businesses. Ready to empower your agents to take control of their finances? Contact us at support@reprofit.com to learn more. We look forward to helping your agents thrive with RE Profit.
Okay. So,
Welcome to
Oh,
RE
no.
your bank and credit accounts, ensuring all transactions are automatically imported and categorized. Mingled accounts.
No, hold on.
Personal and
Why are we, I don't know what we're doing. Why is it doing this? Okay, hold on. Let me go one more. Nope. Shoot. Escape. I think you're right. All right. Now let me go here and then I can go back here and we're ready again. All right. So this is, our goal for the month of June is to help you build a business and to be true business owners, not just realtors that know how to sign contracts and get to the closing table. That's all super well and important. But if you don't know the number side of the money side and the budget side and the profit side of your business, then, are we really running this like a business? And so sometimes as a coach, I get to see a lot of people, they stay away from that. The numbers, the money, that part scares them. It's over their head. They don't understand it. They just like, they go to their accountant and go, here, fix it. Just do it. Just do it. Don't tell me. Well, this is a way that we can help you to to take the scary out of it, simplify it. The numbers with RE Profit, it's built by realtors for realtors. It's a way to track your numbers, your money, your finances, your budget. Are we making money? If you make $1 million, woohoo, yay! But if you spend $1 million, are you profitable? Right? So we don't know. And so if I were to ask you, how much money did your business make last year? You might not be able to tell me. And that's okay, no judgment. We're just trying to get tools in your hand to make this easier for you. And so this is something that we're launching tomorrow for our market center. Everybody's invited to use it. It pairs with your bank, your business bank account, your business credit cards. So every time you use it for business, it will start to categorize which category. Is this education? Is this marketing? Is this, what kind of expense is this? And then when it comes tax time, it will produce some sort of tax thing that you give to your accountant. It does create a P&L list. How many of you, again, you don't have to raise your hand. How many of you have an active, up-to-date P&L right now? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. If you don't, this will generate one for you. And so it'll help you with your tax liabilities. And also it is paired with the Keller Williams MREA models. So that's when she talked about red light, green light. So if you've read the MREA book, you know about red light, green light. So if it's a green light, you're good. Your numbers are in the right ratios. You're in the green. If they turn red, well, let's look at that. So it'll do that for you, all that kind of stuff. I did have a couple questions that people have had some great questions about this. Who can see the back end? None of us, we can't see it. You'll have your own login credentials. We don't have access, the Market Center for sure, but even RE Profit doesn't have access to account numbers, passwords, none of that. That's all through a third-party API that's secure. So there was a question about that. If you want to share your login credentials with your bookkeeper or your accountant, you're welcome to do that. What else? If nothing else, you guys can just join tomorrow. Normally we would come in here and we'd have a class and we'd put it up on the screen and we'd do it together. They said that's not the best way to do this. They will help us onboard by going, no, don't scan this. Don't scan this yet. Because what I'm going to do is tomorrow there's going to be a Zoom link and we'll all just join it together. You don't have to be in the building. You can be at home. You can be wherever you're at. But they said the best way to get the most out of this is to watch on your own, on your computer, where you can sit and learn. And so we'll all Zoom together. It'll just be our office, whoever can do this. If you can't make it tomorrow at 10 a.m. for that Zoom and the onboarding, then you get to the QR code. They will schedule a time to onboard you later, one-on-one. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Any questions about RE Profit? Okay.
How much is it?
How much is it? That's a good question. It's free to our agents. It's a $199 investment on the Market Center side. So the only thing we will have access to through that is we'll be able to see how many agents have gone through the onboarding process, how many agents are using it. So if we find that this isn't something that our agents want, they're not going to use it, then, we don't have to keep it. So I would encourage you that if you want help with this part of your business, start here. This is as simple as it gets. Yes. Per month, $199 per month. Yes, correct. Yes.
Do you know if the mileage tracker is one of like an automatic or if it's one you have to fill
I
in
don't know
set?
about that. It does come with the mileage tracker. I don't know about that.
Okay.
Ask on the Zoom tomorrow.
Okay.
Brian.
Is this regional or is this coming down from?
It came from a maps coach. So yep, she recommended it to me because she keeps asking me about how many agents help your agents with their P&Ls. And I'm like, okay, do you have, I asked her, I said, hey, what's your best method for that? And she threw this out. And for the last month, I've been digging into it, talking to their people, talking to their leadership at RE Profit and decided that there's no commitment. We don't have to commit to anything. So we felt like it was a pretty safe bet and see how it goes for us. So she had nothing but great things to say about it. Good question. Yes. It is an app at some point. I haven't been through the onboarding process. I'll be on the call tomorrow at 10 myself. It is an app, but I don't understand. She's going to roll it all out for us tomorrow. So I'll learn with you. Great questions. Somebody did ask, does it integrate with QuickBooks? No. This is a simpler version. This is geared for realtors, for commissions, for our expenses. It's for us. And so if you use QuickBooks and you have maybe a little more complicated situation, you may want to stay with QuickBooks. But if you don't, and it's pretty straightforward what you do, give this a shot. You know, it's free to you if we use it. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. All right, we also will be closed July 3rd. That's next week. All right, here we go, Lonnie.
I'm first.
You're first.
I like that.
All
That's
right.
fantastic. Okay, we spent a lot of time here talking about best practices, and I wanted to give credit to a couple that I just saw recently. Most recent, is Mandy here today?
She's not.
Okay. Mandy Rose, fantastic. You guys know Mandy. Who knows Mandy? Yeah, they're fantastic. Came over from our Overland Park office, set the world on fire. Just great business people. So I had a new listing, a 350 type listing in Raymore coming on the market. You guys know those can get a little busy. My seller was stressed out because of the number of showings they were going to get in the first 2 days. But our plan was, let's show the house for 2 days. On day 3, we'll stop and see what we got. Okay. So the 50 agents that called me, hey, how are you handling offers and all that? That's essentially what we shared. You guys get that? So Mandy comes rolling in day 1, first showing, and this house is perfect for her people. And so she reaches out to me like a pro and has a conversation and says, hey, what's important to your people, right? We all do that, right? Good. Closing date, real important to my people because it needs to correlate with their new house, all this kind of stuff. Couple days to move, we like that. Good earnest money, pre-approved through a good lender, all those things. So right there, she stopped me and goes, hey, I may have a problem. And I go, what is that? And she goes, my people insist on using their credit union, which is XYZ Credit Union. And so I said, well, in this case, because we'll have a 60-day escrow, I'm really not concerned about that. We'll just stay on top of it. Now, was it a 30-day escrow with that credit union I know very well? It may have been a problem. But the fact she acknowledged that and brought it straight up before she shot an offer, I thought was a pro move. You guys get that? So we talked about it. We discussed it. Boom, right past that. So she decided to go. She goes, what can we do to take this house off the market now versus you guys go through 2 days of showings and all that kind of stuff? And I said, well, this is the plan that we've talked with our seller, but my seller reserves the right to do whatever the heck they want. So present an offer and I will present it directly to them. So what did she do? Amazingly strong offer, not ridiculous, but strong, something that will appraise with no problem. Great inspection terms, great earnest money. We had already talked about the loan, no contingencies and all that. I brought it to my people that they were in the middle of 8 showings their first day. They were already done with the process. You guys, everybody have a seller that's been that way? So I brought it to them. They're like, make it stop. What's going to make it stop? And I go, this. They looked at it and they're like, oh my gosh, this is what we want, right? And I go, yeah. Now, truth be known, you could have multiple offers. You could end up with a higher net number. With that, we may have appraisal problems, all that. And they're like, we're done. We're done. They signed off on it right away. So Mandy, following what we teach here, just secured the house for her people. Now that's good for Mandy as an agent, but it's pretty good for her people too. They'll never know what conversations she had with the listing agent behind the scenes that honestly got them that house. They probably would have been up against multiples and all that, and they may have still got it. Only time will tell, right? She just simply said, we're taking it down. That's a best practice. That's doing business the right way. Let me give you an example with what is it, Debbie Downer they used to have on Saturday Night Live. You guys remember Debbie Downer? So I have a really nice listing in Lee Summit, 550, wonderful, 6 years old. We go to contract with this agent. She's a longtime professional agent. She goes and does inspections. I mean, what could be wrong, right? The house is almost new. On a Saturday, she sends me a cancellation notice and a copy of the inspection. No phone call, no text. Hey, LB, I'm sorry. Here's what's happened. None of that. Just boom, it's in my email. And I'm like, what in the world is going on here? So guys, if you ever have that happen, I suggest maybe you call the agent and let them know what you're sending and maybe why versus it just show up in their email. You guys got that? Has anybody ever had that happen to them? Yeah, that's not how you want to be perceived in this business. So Saturday afternoon, about 4 o'clock, I got off the golf course and the agent and I had a chat and she understands what best practices are along those lines. Now, her people, were they contractually, did they have, and she brought that up 3 different times. Contractually, Lonnie, you know they can cancel. I go, oh, that's not my point. Cancel it away. My point is, you don't send these blindly to people on a weekend on a house that's all, by the way, the inspection was almost perfect. People got cold feet. which is fine. That happens in our business. I always tell all sellers, hey, if you're in that inspection period, you're in a gray area in the Missouri and Kansas real estate contract. So just know that can happen. And this is one of those cases where it did. But don't just blindly send it to the listing agent unless you want the listing agent to think you're a knucklehead, okay? Remember that. So if you're sending one of those, think about the people on the other end. It's very, very important, okay? So professional version of something and with Mandy, and then not so professional. And of course, my seller, I had the conversation with him. Hey, your inspections, your house is great, but just know we're in that gray area. So when I had to call him and go, you're not going to believe this, but we got to go back to the drawing board. He had heard it before. We talked about it at the time of listing. He's like, does that kind of surprise you? And I go, it really surprises me. But let me make this clear. Your inspection is all but perfect. I said, this is simply a case of cold feet within the inspection period, right? Then of course, what's his first thing they're going to ask? Do I get his earnest money? No, they followed the letter of the contract, right? You guys get that? They have the right to cancel in that period of time. Any questions? Anybody have anything to add? Any horror stories along those lines? Yeah, part of the deal. Jake?
I showed that 550 house. I was like, what did I do wrong? I thought you were going to say something I did wrong on that. You're like, bad practice. This house that you showed that weekend.
No, for once, Jake, you're okay. Yeah.
You can do the same thing to me 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Just sent a cancellation, never let me know it was coming. I found it in my email and reached out. And they were the same thing. They were sight unseen.
Okay. Yeah.
We would have fixed everything on the inspections, but
Sure.
they drove by the house
Yeah.
at some point, decided they didn't like it.
Let's talk about that real quick. By the way, this was sight unseen also. They did the FaceTime showing, but I looked the people up. They're executives in St. Louis. They know they're business people. I'm like, this was one that I'm pretty comfortable with that. Then they came in for the inspection. So they had cold feet for two reasons. One, we forced them not to have a contingency, which made them uneasy, but they were cool with it. And then maybe the house didn't check all the boxes for them. But if you guys are going to do sight unseens for your buyers or your sellers, just know there is that element of things. You can go through the house with your phone doing all this kind of crap all you want, but that doesn't tell you about the noise outside. That doesn't tell you about the smell from the neighbor or the dog barking, that kind of stuff. There's a lot of variables that are going to get missed. If you have sellers accept those offers, other than like investment property, just know it's even grayer. The gray area is even grayer. Are you guys cool with that? Okay, so just think about that. Okay, back to pros and success. Shelby is here today. Where's Shelby? I just saw her.
Shelby.
Oh, hey, how are you? So Shelby, 2 months ago, we'll call it, tells me about this amazing listing she has and an amazing subdivision and all that. And she's freaking out. We were freaking out when we looked at the data because the number that people wanted to chase seemed like it was well above the market. Is that a nice way to put it? Okay, a lot. Good. I didn't want to exaggerate. But yeah, it seemed like a little wacky price, maybe 10, 15% above the market, all that kind of thing. So the good news is Shelby's a professional. We had a conversation around it. We looked at the data together, and I told her what's probably going to happen here is let's get hired. Let's get hired, and then let's coach and consult until we get the price down to a point where somebody engages us, right? And so that's how you launch with your smile on your face and your pink hat and all that kind of stuff. But what happened, Shelby?
Know how to keep my face from showing my reaction. And so I set them up on a search months before we listed, and so they could watch what was sold, and then that would help them to acknowledge the difference in their home. We were still quite above what I thought we would ever get. To be totally honest, but I said we will start here. This is your wishes, but we do need to have conversations of your motivation in the next couple weeks, and if you really want to do it. And so the first Saturday, this is the last thing. A couple walked in, and that was what they wanted. That was the exact house to accommodate their needs. And I'll be darned, cash offer, appraisal waiver. And I was like,
wow.
I did a lot of duties, so I think God felt bad for me. Yeah, it was a total blessing, but there was a lot of hand holding. My clients decided they would go out of the country, Europe, after we listed it, for 30 days. So
Oh my gosh.
very nerve-wracking. I checked the house, they had the water heater replaced, talk about the bigger, like a finished basement water heater, things. So, but all the repairs, there's little things that we fixed, and it was close. And I'm very grateful for it was a wonderful, the buyer's agent was wonderful, shipped her off a nice thank you card, left a nice gift for the buyers.
through and Barstool made it work, but it was kind of scary.
Yeah.
I was grateful for Lonnie's help.
Well, here's the thing. You went about it though, knowing there's a 99% chance it's going to go the way you and I planned. Okay, we're going to work this listing over time. The lack of showings and or feedback will help guide us. We'll continue to give a market snapshots of the stuff we do, because she was likely setting herself up for a 2, 3, 4 month journey till it got into the kill zone and sold. Okay. This is the 1%, the lottery ticket buyer rolled in there, more money than common sense maybe, or just so motivated that it wasn't the priority, right? They're willing to pay whatever they had to be in that subdivision, in that house at that time. So it can happen. Just don't go in thinking that you're going to get the Shelby effect. Okay. It's more often than not, you're in for a long, long journey in these kind of things. And honestly, if you don't plan properly and communicate, you're in for a journey you may not get paid on the back end, which is also frustrating. Okay. But that's a home run example. I love it because I remember comping it out with you, and where it ended up closing was significantly more than I thought the best case scenario was. But we cannot run a business plan based on that lottery ticket buyer. You can, it's just going to be really frustrating for you. Okay. And you're going to go, this is the worst business I've ever been involved in. Okay. Has anybody ever had that happen where it sold simply way above you, anything you thought was possible? Okay. It does happen. Joanne and I were looking at a house in Raymore not too long ago that she had worked with the people before. And I honestly felt like no one was going to pay the number those people seemed like they were insistent upon. And it sold recently. Now, it didn't sell for their number, but it sold still way higher than I would have ever thought anybody would pay for that house. It can happen. We can't always control all the factors, but you have to look at the probability and percentages and decide what you want to do with your time. Okay. Because if you would have had, let's say, 5 listings and they were all like that, you were in for most likely 5 long, long processes. Okay. So, but great success story. And thanks for sharing that too, because that was pretty cool. I saw it come up in my hot sheet and so I had to reach out to him like, what happened here? This is fantastic. So yeah, so we've had some positives, we've had some negatives, we have some positive. Back to negative. Trisha and I were talking the other day. Trisha.
My third talk, I did on the negative.
Okay, we'll start positive. Your husband took me fishing and showed me how to fish. Yay!
Maybe that'll keep you from getting rid of it.
Yeah. By the way, when I go fish, for me, it's flip-flops, shorts, pull the shirt off as fast as possible. He shows up, he's got the vest on and the fishing hat and like all these tackle boxes. I'm like, I got my little Zebco pole. I'm just kind of walking around with. So anyway, but we had a good time. He's a good dude. All right. And this isn't just Trisha, this is everybody. And that's my whole point is her and I just talked about this, but you're going to do business with people that they're going to love you. You're going to love them. It's all amazing and those sorts of things. And you can do everything right and have an experience that's exact opposite of that. Somebody can flip like that on you. Sometimes it isn't the client, it's their crazy aunt, uncle, brother, sister, dad, whatever it is. And all of a sudden it can turn into really a negative experience. Okay. In our business, I will tell you, it happens to us all the time. And my wife's like, dude, how come it doesn't affect you? And I go, it does affect me, but I'm not playing that game. I'm not letting somebody's stupid comment, somebody who's toxic, simply affect all the amazing things we have going on in our life and our businesses. Just not going to be the case. And you kind of have a baby version of that. You're kind of a weird guy. All right. It's a little bit weird. All right. It happens. But my point is, and this is where we were talking about it, we just got to move that over here. Because if you want to have your day focus and your mindset on this one knucklehead, it will ruin all the good things that are going on. Has anybody ever had that? Somebody taken down? Sandy, you've been there, right? Yeah. You and I were messaging each other on that. So my point is, guys, you're in a business with people. The general public, they're crazy. You're going to deal with crazy all the time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get to see them on all kinds of levels, the real estate level, the septic level, all that kind of stuff. Agents, God forbid. So we just have to power through it up here because those things are going to happen. You're going to do everything right and you're going to get kicked in the belly with the worst email, the worst text, the worst whatever, calling you everything but you know what, and you're just going to be devastated in the moment. You can't control these emails, these texts coming from these people. You really can't control it, believe it or not. You may think you can, but what you can control is how you're going to respond to it, okay? And just like when Amber sees me get one of these scathing things in my life, and she's just like, you just kind of let it roll off your back. I go, hey, first, I consider the source. Secondly, I focus on the 95% of things that are working in my world, not the 5% that aren't. Yes, Annie. Oh, okay.
She was the shoot.
They fired-
Strike
they fired me first. Yeah, yeah,
Can't fire me, I fire you.
yeah, yeah, I like
And then
that.
I'll-
Okay, one more thing, it's not working very well. So again, high, low, low, we got one more low. You guys are out there writing contracts. You have a buyer, okay? You got them under buyer agency, which is awesome. They have a house that's not on the market yet because you haven't found them the right house, okay? I'm not trying not to look at anybody, but we're all guilty of that. I should look in the mirror, I guess. So what happens? Boom, here comes that perfect $500,000 house in Lee Summit, very high demand area. You go running through there first day. Oh my gosh, of course, there's 8 people looking at it. Your guy wants it. He's like, oh man, this is what we want, right? So you're sitting there calling the agent. Well, would your seller consider a contingency? Guess how that conversation is going to go more often than not. Absolutely not. Most of the time, they may say, well, we wouldn't rule it out. By not ruling it out, that means you're going to probably have to pay way above market, waive all kinds of stuff. Bad business decision for most people. You could look at Todd's different programs and remove the contingency. But you guys, if your people are going to sit there off the market on their $300,000 and something house, and then that $500,000 house finally shows up that checks all the boxes, they're not going to get it more often than not, unless you're Shelby. She's lucky. Okay, you're not going to get it. So you've got to pivot and take a completely different tact on this thing if you want to have success. Okay, and I see guys doing it. I'm just so frustrated. I'm like, guys, and I know what you're trying to do. You're just like, well, I think there's a chance they would take our contingency, maybe, but you're going to go 0 for 10 before you find the 11th guy that actually bites. Okay, it's just so frustrating. And when we launch a lot of listings lately, we've been really busy, and I keep getting agents, not necessarily in our office, but they're doing the same thing. Their guy has a little house over here, and it's ready to go. We'll photograph it. We'll list it in a couple of days if you'll take our contingency. We don't have to take the contingency. There's a line of people that want this house, right? So think about where you're at in that spectrum, and it can work if your buyer's looking for something kind of obscure, like a unique acreage, and those typically aren't selling right away. Maybe they're in the arena for something that is more likely to take a contingency. Some new construction, some builders are apt to take those. But if they're just sitting there in a hot market, in a hot price range, waiting for that golden house, they're going to get crushed. Todd?
Christian and I had a sale that it fell through, and we had HomeLight as backup. The HomeLight was ready, and they just didn't execute their documents near the end. Got it resold and closed, but they didn't start. So let us go through the process in their fast. They can go and say, yeah, you're ready to go HomeLight. And that night, give you that option to work up that they are expecting the equity from that sale and all that.
Yeah. We just had a guy looking at a $900,000 house, and contingency didn't seem like it was going to be our best option. So we pivoted and went about it in a different way. Now, of course, I've got yes, he's going to be able to close without selling his house, but he's like, go get my household, right? So the pressure just shifted right back to us, which is cool. All right, let's talk. I'm going to spend just a few minutes on this. You guys need to know the bigger picture. I took an Amtrak of all things. I got on it in Lee Summit last week. Amtrak to my meeting in St. Louis and Kirkwood. Had a morning 5-hour meeting in Amtrak back. By the way, if you guys have an Amtrak, driving I-70 right now is the worst thing in the history of the world. I'd take that Amtrak in the little business section, $60 or whatever. You can have a cocktail. You can work for 4 hours. Do that over driving I-70 all day, and then just Uber yourself around. In fact, now all the guys in St. Louis and Kansas City that go back and forth, they're like, we're doing that from now on. That's just perfect. The one negative is on the way back, we hit a tornado warning and the train had to sit on the tracks for an hour and a half, but I would have had a big problem in my car too, right? That's just kind of how it works. So here's where your industry is, and you've got to understand this. Your business owners, Brandy's giving you even more tools to run a business at a high level. By the way, the things that Brandy's introducing, what was it called again?
RE Profit.
RE Profit. That's trying to have you not just be a realtor, but a business owner. Yeah. Okay. Realtors as a whole, and Darren can speak to this, forever have fought that. They love being a realtor. They don't like being the business owner. But just engage those things in the smallest level, and all of a sudden you'll start looking at income and expenses a little bit differently. And then you just pull in bits and pieces until all of a sudden you kind of running it like a business. Does that make sense? Make your dollar accountable. All right, here's what's going on in your industry. 3.5-year recession. We're at mid-year, we're going to call it. This is what's going on, and nothing about this is good news. And the fact that you guys are often setting some kind of record every month or a couple times a year, is amazing. This should give you amazing optimism for what's ahead. 2026, the year we're in right now, we're projecting right at 4 million in tornado warning. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, hey, the numbers are bad. Go ahead and put the tornado warning thing. They're not bad. They're just want numbers. So here's where we go. The last 3 years, Gary Keller would tell you, we've been in a 3-year real estate recession, and now we're working well into year 4 in the same thing. Okay. So what do we mean by that? 4 million national sales. These are resale home. We'll call it 4 to 4.1 in this range. 2022, it had come from 5 million. That's a pretty big drop off from 5 to 4. You guys get that? It's a 20% drop off approximately. 2021, we had a little bit of fun stuff going on with COVID, right? And all that. In 2020 and 21 and 20, we'll kind of call this a little COVID effect there. So we can't expect to always have those kind of years. You guys good with that? But look what was going on before that. Let's go to 19, 5.3 compared to that. 5.3 again compared to that. 5.5 in 2000 compared to that. 5.45 compared to that. 5.25 right there. Okay. So the thought is in every quarter that we don't take off, okay, and the real estate market just race, is this pulling the spring back. So when it goes, hang on. And that's why if you guys can get your lead gen done, get your databases going, you're probably gonna have the tailwind of all tailwinds. Because if we start seeing 4 million in national sales jump up to anywhere near in this range, 5.25 to 5.5 on a percentage basis, you just got a 30 to 35% raise. Okay, then you have price appreciation. All of a sudden, you're talking about 40% more commissionable dollars out there. So the fact that we're surviving in this market, and I would actually say thriving, gets me just jazzed. What if we started seeing these kind of numbers? 30% more sales out there for us to take part of in our county? You guys good with that? Yeah. That's likely ahead. The question is when. I've been telling Paul for 2 years it's coming. So finally he's like, yeah, you'll be right eventually. Just like if you say it's going to rain, one of these days it does, right? So just know that's where your industry is, that we're starting to see more and more people want to get into real estate and get licensed again, because if they do any kind of chat GPT research, and that's where these numbers came from. Paul taught me how to use that. But they'll realize that, wow, we're in an industry that's just set to explode. Any questions on that? Is everybody kind of familiar with that? Okay. And like I said, the fact that we're here bouncing around and the market center is extremely profitable, our people are doing well. Not everybody, it doesn't work that way. It's not how this business works. But just know, if you're not getting what you want out of this, the market isn't helping you at all. If you're having any degree of success, pat yourself on the back, because you're in a market, you're in a pros market. That means it's the higher skilled, more experienced people have a little bit of an advantage on the general newer agents. Sorry about that. That's just where we're at. So what else, Brandon? Anything to add?
Well, I'd like to highlight Lisa though, because I mean, I hear what you're saying, and that's fantastic. But that she's, maybe she's the one off, but
just don't tell her. Yeah.
Lisa doesn't care.
Yeah.
That's my whole point. Yes, this is true and this is true. Don't look at this as like, yep, that's why my business is down. Yep, because Lisa didn't know those numbers and she just hit the ground running doing it. So she's putting in the work. She's here every day. She's on board duty. She's hosting those open houses. She's doing the work. And what they say, tenacity beats talent every time. So this is fantastic to see this and to know this. So that way, when our office does hit those record breaking in whatever category, it means even more.
Yeah.
Because we're beating these numbers down here even. Using those numbers.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you guys, we just have so much potential because so many people have delayed buying. So many people haven't made their move up because Todd stinks with the rates. They're sitting at 3% that he refied them in for the 8th time. And they don't want 6.5 or whatever he's offering. So many of those people, but every month we sit at these levels that Todd's got us stuck in, then what ends up happening is it becomes closer and closer to the new normal. And eventually the new normal, people are going to go, well, what the heck? I want that acreage and I'm not willing to say, though I love my 3% mortgage in Creekmore, I'm not staying here anymore. And boom, Creekmore listing, new buy, and the whole process gets started. New first-time home buyers, the longer rates are where they are, they start to go, this is probably just what they're going to be. Okay. So they eventually are sick of mom and dad's basement. They're sick of, living in an apartment life, and they start coming out of the woodwork. And when these things go together, then all of a sudden, that's how we see this number go from 4 to 5 to 5.5, just like in a 12 or 24 month period. Now, you guys haven't been in these markets, most of you, but I'm telling you, it's a lot easier when there's more people asking to buy, that want to buy houses and sell houses. when that's what you do for a living.
True.
Okay, I'm off to a doctor
True.
appointment. See you
All
guys.
right,
See you
awesome.
guys.
Thank you, Lonnie.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Mhm.
All right, I just had a couple more things and we're gonna wrap this up. I wanted to, and Darren, I defer to you on this. I'm not a broker, don't have my broker's license. So I will always defer to him. But I wanted to, let's see, yep, there I am. I wanted to show you about, I should have wrote this on there. This is the exclusive right to sell. So think about going to a listing appointment, sitting at the kitchen table with the seller. This comes up, page 4, talks about the broker's authorization to disclose your motivating factor for the sale of the property. The seller does not authorize the broker to disclose or does authorize the broker to disclose the following motivating factors. What do you guys, just I like to brainstorm and mastermind for just a second. Which one of these 2 boxes do you like to check? So then moving to a new home. Okay. So the second box, what do you like, Sandy? Okay. Which one do you do, Sandy? First one or just right here? Do you authorize to disclose the reason for the sale? Oh, thank you. What's that? So you like the top box? Okay. What else? Does anybody else like the top box? Darren likes it.
No.
No.
I say I hate the top box because the buyer's like, okay, what happened?
Yeah.
So my thought is with the bottom box, you don't have to disclose it.
Right. It can be very generic on line 176.
Right.
So have you ever been in the house with buyers and you're in this cool house, it's maybe even brand new, and you're like, wow, this is brand new. Why are they selling it? There must be something wrong with it. Or, and we can't, yeah. I don't know. I could ask, well, you have to have permission to disclose that, right? If your sellers give you permission to disclose that, don't just tell people, oh, they're going through a divorce. Oh, you could get in trouble for that, right? Unless this seller gives you permission to disclose why. And I personally, I'm the bottom box person. And then I try to keep this very generic, Yeah, they're going through a divorce and then, people are relocating and all that, but I'm not gonna put all that. We'll just.
Even if they're going through divorce, they're still both moving to a new home.
Correct. They're relocating. They're, it could be anything. Yes. But because the seller needs to sign off on what they're authorizing you to disclose. So well, that brings us to this B, other offers. Seller does not authorize broker to disclose the existence of other offers. That's box 1. Anybody like box 1? No. Okay, I don't think so. How about box 2? Seller authorizes broker to disclose the existence of other offers. How many of that's the one you check most of the time? Okay. How many of you like box 3? Not 3, but the bottom one, seller authorizes broker to disclose the existence and the terms of other offers. How many of you like that one? Here's the thing. You don't have, it doesn't say. So here's my thought. I've always been a middle box kind of girl most of my career. And then I've gotten myself into some things have just happened and my seller has given me permission. Hey, tell him what the offer is. Okay, let's put that in writing real quick. Because I want to make sure I get that in writing right there and get it in writing that the seller told me I could disclose the terms in a multiple offer situation. So I cover myself there. But like some of y'all have already said, it took me a little bit longer for that little light bulb to come out, that the seller authorizes the broker to disclose. It doesn't say you have to. It just says you can. So if it doesn't benefit your seller, Sandy, don't say it, right? So I'm now choosing box 3 when I'm at the listing table. And then that way it's in my back pocket. If I need it and my seller gives me permission, I don't have to get something in writing real quick. I can just roll with it. Is that what you would say, Ryan? Is that what you do?
Yeah, it gives you the opportunity to navigate the thing. If you are running the show by running the listing, they need to give you permission to do so, but it allows you to tell the story the way you do to help them.
Yep. And I have had some sellers that say, hey, tell them what they got to do to win. Tell them what they got to do. And sometimes I like that. And sometimes I'm like, oh, here we go. I'm playing auctioneer. Yeah, Carrie?
So when you used to do box 2, the existence of other offers.
Yeah.
And then they want you to tell it, you said you had to get it in writing. Is that a whole new amendment or do you just get that in writing in and you
I just put it in an email.
Okay.
That's what I did. Darren, that's where I defer to Darren. You know, I'll make a mess and have,
Change form would be.
change form would be
The best way.
the best way. See?
So the bottom box, like you use the term auctioneer,
Yes.
are you then, let's say we've got multiple offers, let's say we've got 2 offers or 3. Are you then setting yourself up to have to call every agent?
Yes.
But if you don't call one, are you setting yourself up to be in trouble? That's why I don't want to come on.
That's why you, okay, so Darren doesn't like box 3. You like box 2, the middle one?
Well, box 2 gives you the chance to do highest and best, not tell them what the offer is. I always tell the sellers, you know, they don't know to the dollar how much they want to beat. They might go 5,000 over.
So what if, but it does say also terms, so not just price, there's more terms than that, right?
Yeah.
So you could disclose, hey, yeah, we kind of have a non-contingent offer.
Yeah.
We have a conventional offer. Those are terms that you cannot disclose if you don't have that box checked, right? Am I understanding?
I thought I needed box 3 to even to be able to say, like, a quicker close date. Like, that's a term I thought. I can't tell them things that they may or may not, like, be interested in if I don't.
That kind of turns itself into a counter offer. I mean, a verbal counter.
When they call and ask you what's important to your seller.
Yeah, that's not.
That's
Yeah,
not
I mean,
that.
But like we have offers with the close dates.
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
Buyer's agent, first day on a multiple offer situation, I actually asked the listing agent, I said, are you possibly, you know, open to, sharing the existing, terms and offers on the other ones that you have? I said some agents do and some agents don't, and she said, yes, we can share that with you. So they literally told us everything to do, and we won in a multiple offer situation. So I would say, go ahead and ask that question, because you don't know on the other side.
Well, I've been the listing agent and had people go, hey, what do we got to do to win? And I'm like, ooh, bring me your best offer. I want to tell them because I want to help them, right? But I can't if I don't have that. And my seller's not on board with that. You know, remember, we can't just, you know, we have to make sure we do what they want.
I think you get yourself into a situation where you're spending a whole bunch of time with 3 or 4 other agents that have sent offers or want to send offers. And then you get one that's $100 or $1,000 more than Jenny at Century 21. Well, then you need to call her.
So you're getting into muddy waters here.
It's my thought.
Okay. All right.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I negotiate. If I have to call Jenny and Bob and Sarah, I'm calling all 3 to get the best off for my client. I have paid to negotiate on their behalf, not on mine. And I'm going to disclose everybody. If I've got 10 offers, doesn't matter. If I get
Yeah.
Then you're calling them over.
It can get a little crazy. I can get a little crazy, but
Make a call. That's what we get paid to do. Call.
Laura.
You know, none of it's wrong. How
Yeah.
you choose to do it, as long as we got the right boxes.
as long as we got the right boxes,
Permission from the.
yes. Laura.
At multiple offers, do you have to call every other agent because one asked? Because my sellers usually want, they're okay with it, but I don't call everybody.
Well, if every agent's not asking, then there's that. Then there's that. All right, so just something to think about, and if you have any questions, ask Darren about that. But that's something I'm probably going to do. Not that it may change anything that I do, other than it gives me permission. It's already kind of checked. If I don't need it, I won't use it.
If we were in a multiple offer situation and didn't want to disclose, if you submit that over, then they're supposed to show you the other offer.
They are supposed to show you. If you get escalated, yeah, they have to show you that proof that you got escalated. Well, they have to do that no matter what box is checked here on that.
I'm
Yep.
not sure they have to.
I thought it was in the writing.
In the addendum, it says the buyer's agent has the
That's required
right
for accepting our offer. We can see the other one.
Yeah.
If you get
Well, you can-
escalated,
Yeah, I don't, it doesn't quite say it on the form. In fact, Reese used to have a second page to that that explained that the seller may or may not send you, seller has the choice. And then, of course, the buyer can walk.
all right. Well, I didn't mean to like stir up a little hornet's nest here about stuff, you know. This is good conversation, good to read our contracts, good to read the paragraphs, you know, make sure that we're not just filling in blanks thinking we know what it says. Make sure we go back and reread it every so often.
And this is why everybody should be on the mastermind calls. 'cause
Mastermind
these are the
calls.
conversations
That's
happening
right.
on that-
Thursday.
That's right.
30
And-
people this week.
I'm gonna throw out one more thing. I've said it a few times. If you have a TC, you still need to know what our damn paperwork says.
That's right. That's right. That's right. All right, last thing, and then we're going to wrap this up. Also, this is something that I've had to use a few times lately. I just throw this in my listing packet. The 3 outcomes when we list a house, it's like going fishing. We have 3 options. Option 1, the property receives little action, like little to no showings. We're not even getting many showings. The solution, reposition the bait with a large price reduction. That's one option. Maybe we go on the market and the property has showings but no offers. Anybody had that? You had a lot of showings and no offers. Well, what the solution could be, you reposition the bait, maybe a smaller price adjustment, because we're getting people there. People are interested. We've done a great job of putting them, you know, the good pictures out, good marketing, and then maybe a price adjustment. And then, or number 3, we've positioned everything just right, and the property sells. So it kind of, if you prep them up front, that these are, when we go on the market, one of these 3 things will happen next. And I kind of throw this in, and I'm happy to share that. I have a PDF on my computer if you want that. I just throw it in my packet, my listing packet.
Could you put that on Facebook?
Sure.
I've used this for years. I actually had a graph years ago with my agents. Number 1 was red, number 2 was yellow, number 3 was green.
Oh, there you go.
Number 1 indicates that you're way overpriced for that neighborhood. People won't even drive down the street because of the price compared to the other houses. And then 2 means you're okay for the neighborhood, but they're not liking the house wide enough when they get in there. And then 3 is the green one where you catch fish.
So if you find value in that, I'm happy to share. If not, no big deal. You probably got something better. But anyway, just having these conversations, having better conversations at the listing table will help save you. Because especially if you're like, hey, we're friends. We're friends. I know these sellers. We drive really well. This is a great meeting. This is, Ryan, you're shaking your head because you've been there, right? You're like, yeah. Yep. And you thought you were great friends and you thought that they would see it your way and you thought, and then they go, hey, Ryan, why haven't you sold my house yet? Exactly. And they don't know that their price is the problem. They think you are the problem. So, right. Can't be the house of the price.
I just heard a stat this morning nationwide, last month, 46% of homeowners, sellers offered concessions. And that's like a record high. Some markets like Nashville is 75%, New York's like 3%. But, so sometimes when it comes down to that price reduction, maybe other options could be worthwhile. Maybe it's a rate buy down, right?
Yeah.
Or some concessions for closing costs or something like that.
Well, very good. Well, hey, I do appreciate Josh bringing that up. Jump on Sold Mastermind with some of this stuff so we can do a deeper dive. Maybe those are on Thursdays at 10 a.m. Let's get those 30 people there. Our numbers have been in the 20s. Let's get them back up to 30s because the more people on there, the more minds that are able to mastermind together. All right, guys, that's all I got for us today. Yeah, Lisa.
I don't know who has a listing in Belton, but I had asked the district to do a school district flyer to put in open houses for when I'm working in Belton. So I have several with me. If you want them, I'll put them back by the copier. And it just goes over the highlights in the school district, some of the accomplishments that you might be able to put in your listing packet for, open houses.
Okay. Very good. Love it. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. Let's have a great Tuesday. Of course. So welcome.
You made it 19 of 85.
19 of what?
Of 85.
Oh.
We were supposed to do awards and they weren't quite right, so we're gonna. Oh, gosh, that makes sense. But that was like 19. There's a bunch of this time going.
Last time that was on the thing,
It's a reminder to get your mail taken. Oh, that was for us.
I wasn't gonna call you
out. Lunch, Maryland, I just never check it. Like, I never check it. Never check it.